Have you ever wondered how our world came to be? Imagine a cosmic canvas, blank and void, suddenly bursting with life, color, and wonder. That's the story of creation. And it all happened in just 6 incredible days. Let's dive into this awe-inspiring journey of how our universe unfolded. On the first day, darkness reigned supreme. But then, in a moment that would change everything, God spoke those famous words, "Let there be light." And just like that, light burst forth, piercing through the darkness. It was a dazzling display of divine power, setting the stage for all that was to come. God saw that the light was good, and they separated it from the darkness. They called the light day and the darkness night. This wasn't just about illumination. It was the beginning of time itself, the first tick of the cosmic clock. As we move to the second day, picture a world completely covered in water, but God had a plan to bring order to this watery chaos. They created the sky, a vast expanse that separated the waters above from the waters below. This firmament, which he called heaven or sky, established the atmosphere as we know it. It was like God was setting up the perfect conditions for life, creating layers and boundaries in what was once a formless void. The third day dawned, and it was time for dry land to appear. God gathered the waters together, forming seas and oceans, and as the waters receded, land emerged. They called the dry ground earth, and the gathered waters seas. But God wasn't done yet. With the foundation laid, they turned their attention to vegetation. Suddenly, the barren earth sprang to life with lush green plants, majestic trees, and colorful flowers. Seeds were scattered, roots took hold, and the earth was clothed in a vibrant tapestry of life. This was more than just landscaping. It was the essential groundwork for all living things to come. As the fourth day began, God turned their gaze upward. The sky was about to become a masterpiece. They created the sun, a blazing ball of fire to rule the day, providing warmth and light. The moon appeared to govern the night, its gentle glow a beacon in the darkness. And then, as if putting the finishing touches on a grand painting, God scattered stars across the heavens. These celestial bodies weren't just for show. They were set in place for signs and seasons, for days and years. It was like God had hung a giant clock in the sky, giving rhythm and order to their creation. The fifth day brought an explosion of life to the waters and skies. God spoke, and suddenly the seas were teeming with fish of every kind, from tiny minnows to enormous sea creatures. Whales breached the surface. Schools of colorful fish darted through coral reefs, and creatures we can hardly imagine filled the depths. Then God turned their attention to the skies. Birds of every feather took flight, from majestic eagles soaring high above to tiny hummingbirds hovering in place. The air was filled with the sound of chirping, squawking, and singing as these new creatures celebrated their existence. God blessed them, commanding them to be fruitful and multiply, to fill the seas and the skies with life. The grand finale came on the 6th day. God began by creating all manner of land animals. Majestic lions roared across the plains, gentle deer grazed in meadows, and playful monkeys swung through trees. Tiny insects and massive elephants alike came into being, each perfectly designed for its place in the world. But the crowning achievement was yet to come. In a moment of profound significance, God said, "Let us make mankind in our image, in our likeness." And so humans were created, male and female, bearing the very image of God Himself. This wasn't just another act of creation. It was a defining moment that set humans apart from all other creatures. God blessed them and gave them a unique purpose: to be fruitful, to multiply, and to have dominion over the earth. This wasn't a license for exploitation, but a sacred responsibility to care for and steward God's creation. Humans were to be God's representatives on earth, reflecting their character and caring for the world they had made. As the sun set on the sixth day, God looked out over all they had made, from the tiniest atom to the vastness of the universe, from the depths of the sea to the heights of the mountains, from the simplest plant to the complexity of human beings. It was all there, a testament to their power, wisdom, and love. And God saw that it was very good. This story of creation is more than just an account of how things came to be. It's a story that speaks to the heart of who we are and why we're here. It tells us that we live in a world that was intentionally designed, not randomly formed. It reminds us that every person bears the image of God, giving each life inherent worth and dignity. And it challenges us to see the world around us, not as something to be used and discarded, but as a precious gift to be cherished and protected. As we go about our daily lives, may we pause to marvel at the intricate design of a flower, the majesty of a mountain range, or the complexity of our own. May we remember that we are part of a grand story that began with those words, "Let there be light," and continues to unfold today. And may we embrace our role as caretakers of this beautiful world, striving to reflect the creativity, love, and wisdom of the one who made it all. The 6 days of creation set the stage for all of human history. They remind us of our place in the universe, small in the grand scheme of things, yet uniquely significant as we face the challenges of our time. From environmental concerns to questions about the value of human life, may we draw wisdom and inspiration from this ancient account. For in understanding our beginnings, we gain insight into our purpose and our potential. So the next time you watch a sunset, feel the warmth of the sun on your face, or gaze up at the stars, remember, you're not just observing nature, you're witnessing the handiwork of a master creator. And in that moment, perhaps you'll feel a connection to something greater than yourself, a sense of wonder at the miracle of existence. For in 6 days, the foundations of our world were laid, and the story of humanity began. A story in which each of us has a unique and precious part to play.